This podcast is powered by the Mitt TV of Romeo, Michigan. If you're looking to start a podcast for your business or personal use, look no further than the Mitt TV. Their in-studio podcast experience allows you to record perfect audio and capture amazing video. That's all right here at the Mitt TV podcast studio in Romeo, Michigan. Contact them now via email for a free consultation and to schedule a studio visit at mitt.tvpodcast@gmail.com.
So my name is Jackson Rancilio Swords, and I was a defense attorney from the Romeo High School mock trial team.
And I am Nadia Dubia, and I was a plaintiff attorney for the Romeo High School mock trial team.
And I am Mr. Bussino, and I'm so honored to be able to be around this group of mock trial students.
I am Judge Jennifer Anderi. I am the judge of the 42 District Court, and it was my honor and great privilege to watch these wonderful kids train. I mean, it was training, right?
Yeah.
And practice and offer a bit of advice and get to see them perform and compete, and it was pretty fantastic.
Well, I can tell you could tell your teacher background came out because you are natural at teaching the students. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I would say your help really helped us get to what we did this season.
Okay,
Yeah.
why don't you tell everybody how this came about? How did it come about? What's mock trial?
So mock trial is basically a group of students, like a club, sort of, where you basically get a case in October, I want to say, and then you assign 3 attorneys, and then another set of 3 attorneys, one for plaintiff or prosecution, and then one for defense. And then you also get 3 witnesses, and then for the plaintiff or prosecution, and 3 witnesses for the defense. And yeah, you basically just go through the court and trial proceedings, just as students. And if you want to go into like the law and public safety pathway, or if you want to be a lawyer in the future, it's just really good practice as like a high school student to see what it's like and see if it really is for you.
Mr. Bussino, how did it come about that you wanted to even bring forth a mock trial team?
Well, with the academy approach at Romeo High School, every student now takes a CTE course, which this is actually part of our, not only our pathway, but CTE program. And in law and public safety, it's not always easy to have an extracurricular club for the public safety piece, especially. And we needed something like Skills USA or robotics or HOSA. And we needed something that could be an extension of the school day. So mock trial was a natural choice. It was something that, was already established in the county. And a couple of people for a couple of years had said, when are you going to get a mock trial team? Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of how it all came about.
Now, how did it come about where the students were made aware? And also, I know you said CTE. There's a lot of people that don't know what that means. What is CTE?
That is a great question because yesterday these folks were in Lansing as a privilege. Do you want to explain?
Yeah.
Because we got that question a lot yesterday.
So yesterday, we had the privilege to take our mock trial team to Lansing to lobby for CTE. Because currently right now there is a funding cut for 61A, and without that money, we wouldn't be able to do like the wonderful things that the CTE money provides, not just for our program, but also the other programs that our school provides. So we were able to go to different like representatives' office and the Senate members' offices and lobby, tell them about CTE, invite them down to Heritage Hall where we had the CTE showcase. So it was very wonderful to like go down there and have that experience of like talking to people professionally and really work on our professionalism.
All right, so we get a mock trial team. So last year, not the 23-24 school year, 22-23 was the first year you did mock trial?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, now how did everybody get involved? Who said, yeah, I want to do that?
So I was in class, and I remember Mr. Bussino was going on a spiel about how he's got something in the works. As he
Mr.
always
Bussino
does.
spieled?
Yeah.
Every day. According to Jackson, that's every day.
So just like every other day, he was going on a spiel about this new thing he has in the works, and he pointed out me specifically, and then another student that he really thinks that we should be interested in it, or that he was interested in it for us, and it was mock trial. And immediately I was like thinking that it might be something I might want to do, but I really wasn't sure what it was, and I didn't know if I really wanted to make like a commitment like that yet. But I mean, I'm very happy I did, because it's gonna be great for for my college applications, and it's just something that I love doing right now. I've always looked forward to doing it after school. It's just something that I enjoy.
So this year, did you hold tryouts, Mr. Bussino, or did you? How did that come about? You just had a bunch of kids show up.
Well, actually, this year we started out with two teams. We grew from one team to two, but then our second group of kids realized this is a lot of work. You know? And they will agree, last year we really didn't put in the work. I really didn't push too hard, because when I went to the mock trial trainings, they said, do not require meetings when you start out. You'll lose a team like that.
Okay.
So they said sometimes your kids coming forward are doing other things in the school, like theater, like sports. And they said, you're going to need those kids to build this program. So last year we just kind of fumbled through. We had the right kids. No offense, we didn't know what we were doing. I didn't know what we were doing.
Last year was really that exploratory year of, okay, what is mock trial? How can we do this? And basically we kind of took that on into this year. I know at the beginning of the year, like, I really wanted to do good. I really wanted to succeed. So basically from last year to this year, we really improved ourselves. We really worked hard. I know we kept Mr. Busno late at the school multiple nights.
Yes, I
And
believe mock trial is not a 9 to 5.
it is not a 9 to 5.
That is correct. So you are a junior,
Yes, I am.
and Jackson, you are also a junior.
That's correct.
All right. Now, so you guys start your meetings. You start involved. Last year, you're like, we got this for next year.
Absolutely.
So this school year, what happened? So you had two teams in the beginning. They didn't realize how significant of a commitment it was. What kept you guys involved and continuing on with a mock trial team?
I want to add, when we start on that, it was something unique happened this year. When the first group came together, we were trying not to say there's a first group and a second group, but we kind of knew there was.
Yeah.
But when this first group got together, the veterans coming back from last year, Miss Nadia basically said, when we run theater, Miss Knobloch kind of like gives us a lot of responsibilities. She does everything, teaches us what to do, but then she lets us run with it. And Nadia goes, I kind of want that to happen this year. And
Yes. So
that's what happened.
basically, I kind of like took the pre-existing mock trial and I thought, what is the best way to make this so everybody is interested? It's not super mandatory. People like it. And I thought being student run. So on the first day coming back from mock trial, when they released the case, or even before, when we had our first meeting, I thought, okay, what is the list of things that we did good last year and what worked with us, and then what didn't work? And so I compiled a list and I basically said, hey guys, like, I want to do good this year. You guys probably want to do good this year. So let's really work for this and try to succeed. We want this as all for us to show that we can actually do something. And so with that, like, we were able to work very hard, staying late. We were able to use your courtroom, Judge Anderi, so we were very thankful for that. We were able to go to the library, work with each other, and we've really like grown so much as friends, not just as teammates, but we were able to grow together, which also strengthened our team so much.
How did you pick who did what?
I just want really quickly to add on to something like that. Like how I said that I really enjoyed doing mock trial. I feel like this year it really was just shared. Like everybody loved doing it. Everybody wanted to work on it. Everybody wanted to show up if they could. I know I scheduled a lot of meetings where it was like, we have to, this message if you can go. And it just became a thing that like, where even if we had 6 people going, everybody wanted to go, and when they got there, it was like, we'll step up if we have to, and it became that we all loved it so much that all we wanted to do was work on it. So much so that like even if somebody couldn't show up, we loved doing it so much
And
that
we would have
fill in.
people fill in.
Yeah.
I
And
saw
when-
that.
when
I
they
saw
were at
that.
Lansing yesterday, we took the photo, and they did this. They all put their arms around each other, and that was so authentic for this group. There's just such a mutual respect. I told the Macomb Daily, we have freshmen to seniors,
Yep.
we have theater kids, athletes, student government. It's just a mix of kids who usually aren't, and they are authentically put their arms around each other. That picture was so symbolic about.
What's great for me, because I'm so passionate about what I do, I know I'm sure the kids got to see that too. There's a lot that went into this for every single one of you that I was amazed at that same passion, that same fire for what I have for the law, what I have for, the people in this community, protecting everyone's rights, ensuring everyone's safe. Like, you guys had that, and it encompassed it. This year it was a civil trial.
It was, yeah.
It was the craziest, goofiest set of facts. Yeah. Who wants to talk about what the set of facts?
I will.
Go ahead.
So basically, there's this man, and he's retired. He's like about 60 to 75 years old-ish. And his favorite thing to do is he likes to go into his backyard and fly a drone every day. And then he has a neighbor who is also retired, around the same age frame, and he loves gnomes, is his thing, like garden gnomes.
He has a huge collection of garden gnomes,
including one that is worth $1 million. So one day the man is flying his drone, and he has a heart attack, and his drone crashes into the $1 million gnome. So it's basically evolved around about crashing into the gnome. He was charged with negligence.
Right.
So basically, if he took his medication or not, if what he was doing was even okay in the first place, things like that. And then we find out that there's also a third party involved who is alleged to have shot the drone out of the sky, is what he claimed to a police officer. He went up and told the police officer that. So it was really just a weird case with a lot of twists and turns that you couldn't really see coming.
So for me, it was like a law school question, right? So it's a civil matter. It's a negligence claim. And there were just so many issues. Then I got so excited with every witness that would come up during practice, and I would hear the next issue. I'd be like, oh my God, this is so exciting. But you guys shared the same passion with every issue that came up. And that was fantastic.
And with mock trial, one of my favorite things is that the cases are so unique, and there's so many different sides to this one story that there's so much that you can't just focus on one. So you could really take it and make it your own. You could have so many different claims all about the same situation. And it's really different with every single team that we see, even in competition.
Yeah, even if a team would take the same stance as you, the things that it looked like it was a completely different case, especially as a defense. Watching another defense team go, one even argued the exact same defense as us, and it couldn't have been more different than how we were arguing. Me and my co-counsel, I guess, were taking down notes about what they were doing, and it was just mind-blowing.
Yeah. How did you get to be defense counsel? How did you get to be plaintiff's counsel? How did you guys make that determination?
So last year, as one of the first people to sign up, I kind of had dibs on what I wanted to do first, because I was one of the first people to sign up. So
I love it. I call front seat.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I called shotgun.
I called shotgun.
Yeah,
that's right. That's what it's called.
And
shotgun.
So I chose defense attorney because that's what I want to do when I grow up. And that translated for me over into this year because I did a really good job last year, and then it pretty much is translated into this year as well.
And personally for me, last year, I was actually a witness. I wasn't even an attorney at all because it was new. I had a lot of other extracurriculars going on. Excuse me, sorry. Where I didn't really think I would have enough time to do mock trial. So I was a witness. And then this year I came to mock trial. I was like, you know what? We're going to do this. We're going to take over. It's going to be student run. I want to be a plaintiff attorney.
And I will add really quickly, just she did such a good job as a witness last year too. She was by far our best witness. That she earned the right to be an attorney. Is just to point it out.
And
okay, for recruitment efforts, being a witness is just as important as a lawyer.
It's
so
very
anybody out there thinking of mock trial, we got to bring.
It's actually
being a witness is way harder than being an attorney because you have to memorize a whole affidavit and you have to develop your own character into it. So even if you're on the stand and opposing counsel is just questioning you, you don't know what they're going to say. So you have to really think on the fly. Where being an attorney, it was a lot nicer because I could have all my questions in front of me. I had my opening statement in front of me, even though I had it memorized.
Sure.
But even then, being a witness was definitely a lot of work, and I have mad respect for all of our witnesses that we had like this year. They were so amazing and so talented. So even like continuing on to next year with them, I cannot wait. It's going to be so much fun.
I think seeing you're part of like a theater world.
Yes.
Seeing those two worlds collide. Those were my two worlds.
Yeah.
It is pretty fantastic. How you, Jackson? Other than we know your background with Jackson's mother is Judge Rachel Rensilio.
Yes.
What made you want to do this?
Um,
Because I know your mother did not push you to do it.
no, my mom did not. I guess like just kind of growing up, I've always been around the law because of my mom. I always went to work with her. So I guess that's when I got introduced to it. But I don't want to be an attorney because of my mom. I've like just grown up, I've known the different careers, and practicing law has always enticed me. Personally, for me, it's like the competition of it. As an athlete, it's what you do like every day is you just go out there and compete. So being an attorney, like you pretty much just go and you're competing with somebody else, and it also very much helps that you're helping people. You know, if you win a case, then that's helping someone, whether you're on prosecution or on defense. If you win a case on prosecution, you're helping put bad people away, and if you win a case on defense, you're helping an innocent person get out. So
And it's not by mistake that Jackson is on the defense side, because outside of mock trial in our normal law conversations in class, every once in a while I'm like typical defense opinion there. He definitely likes that side of the law, defending. So
I have a child like that too.
Yeah.
She tends to like that side as well, and I'm like, interesting.
yeah.
As far as next year's concerned,
Next year, for next year, obviously we made it to states this year. We were ranked 5th in the state.
yes,
So
you were
we had
honorable mention spot.
Yes.
and which was a huge win for us to go from a first year team who was honestly like dead last to just really owning it this year and making it that far to states with being brand new. That was incredible. So as we go next year, our issue is filling in places because
Yeah.
we have a lot of incredible seniors in like the attorney spots who they were amazing,
Yeah.
but they're not going to be here next year.
So I will say that this year we're losing 2 seniors, Carter Book and Mason Picard. They definitely deserve a shout out as
Oh,
They
for
did.
sure.
they were
For
two
sure.
of our better attorneys,
100%.
beyond a doubt.
They
And,
own that courtroom.
So next year,
any further, do you want to mention everybody's names?
Yeah, that's
sure.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
So personally for me, my co-counsel was Carter Book and Reagan Maltberg. They both did an outstanding job.
And for my co-counsel being on the plaintiff side, it was Mason Picard and Madison Deli.
Yeah. And then my witnesses as defense, we had Isabel Anderi, who is the daughter of the Honorable Judge Anderi, sitting with us. And then we also had Philip Vignovic, who also played a witness on plaintiff.
Yeah.
He did a great job, as well as Isabel did. She won 2 or 3.
I'm not sure.
I think 2 Star Witness Awards. Philip, did he win 1 or 2?
I think he won 1 or 2.
He won
It was
1 or
something
2.
like-
So
he won at least one.
yeah, so
Philip's claim to fame is he had 2 judges and tears of laughter throughout these
Listen,
competitions.
when Judge Rensilio and I first heard him,
yeah.
it was something. And to be perfectly honest with you, I had no idea that my daughter was even going to try out for mock trial. So I had no idea. And then she's like,
Okay, so with
"I'm
you
doing
and
mock
Judge
trial."
Rensilio, he had 4 judges in tears of laughter then.
I mean, it's something. That was
And then our other defense witness was Isabella Badamonte, who again did an outstanding job.
yes.
And yeah.
She was really incredible. And then for us, for the plaintiff, we also had Julian Hill, who was one of my direct witnesses. And then we also had,
So we had Philip,
We
and
had
then we had
Isabel. I think we only had 4 witnesses.
no, we had 5.
5.
Who are we forgetting? I'm too
Oh
bad.
no!
I apologize.
Isabel.
Ellie, we're missing.
Ellie.
My sister.
Oh my god!
I don't feel as
Poor
bad
Ellie.
for forgetting anymore. But yeah, so my sister, the spot that she filled, actually,
She filled
lost-
within 2 weeks.
yes, we lost 2 people from it. We had somebody lined up, and then she couldn't do it anymore, and then we had somebody else lined up, and he said he didn't want to do it anymore. So knowing my sister wanted to do something like this, I said, "Do you want to do it?" And she said yes. And in 2 weeks, did an amazing job.
She did.
She did
Yes.
really good.
Especially in competition. Lots of times we're in the classroom and it's really tough to tell, do they got it? Are they going to
Right.
get there? When she got on the stand in Macomb, we're like, oh, we're good. We're good to go. She was holding.
Now, the first competition was held at the 16th Circuit Court in Macomb County.
Yes.
So that was the first competition, and there were how many schools that competed? There were 12. I think one.
At the county
at the
level,
last-
it's 12. Yep.
Okay, so you guys got a bye for the first round, and that's when I
Yes.
was actually judging other teams at the time. I did not do any scoring, but it was interesting to see another team and their take on it. And I remember thinking they don't know how to. they didn't do the exhibits right. What's happening here? And I was so proud that you guys literally took everything that Judge Rensilio and I said, and you guys took it to heart, and you were
Yeah.
better than some attorneys that have been practicing for
Which
years.
I was so grateful for. Like when we went into your courtroom to start practicing and you were teaching me everything, I was like, I have to write this all down or else I'm going to forget, because she's giving me some really, really good advice here on how to enter in exhibits and everything, because I didn't know. I was brand new. That was the first time ever. So having you like there to like help me and teach me helped so much. I don't think like I would have been like as well as I was if it wasn't for your help. So
Oh,
thank
that's
you
very
so
kind.
much for
I will say that was one of the biggest
Yes,
differences that you
the
can
biggest
see
help.
from last year to this year is like I didn't even understand like that you had to enter an exhibit in. I thought you just said I'm citing this exhibit. Whereas this year now I know that it's a long, lengthy process
Yes.
about how you have to get it entered
And you have to have the right foundation built
yes.
in order to enter an exhibit.
and it just goes. It's a great example of the difference and just this like the potential or like not the potential, but the skill that we have developed throughout the years is just we didn't even know what we were doing. We're going out there and doing whatever. Whereas this year where it's like we know what we're doing, we know how to do it, and it really translated.
Well, it brings up another characteristic that this team has is I coach for many, many, many years, and there's this term coachable. As soon as Judge Andary would tell you how to do it, within 30 seconds, they would all have it down.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
This
how
group
coachable they
is pretty, and I'm very humbled that you say that, and that means a lot to me. But I think the competitive nature of you guys and how bright you are and how committed you were to this team, and what your goals and objectives were, it was astounding. Like it was a perfect mix of everything. It was a perfect storm of wonderment that it was fantastic. And I think next year is only going to be better. And I'm really excited about it. But to know that you guys, because I'm a very competitive person, and I don't know if that came across when we were, doing some run throughs, but you guys are just as competitive. And the thing
Do you want to tell them what you're doing right now? Because it hasn't stopped. Their drive has not stopped. It should. Most schools are probably done in next
sure.
October. But I know we only got a couple more minutes here. But tell them what you're doing right now.
We're actually holding more practices and doing more cases. And this year, everybody wants to be an attorney. So basically, it's a preemptive form of trial. It's kind of just seeing like what everybody's got and giving everybody an opportunity to be an attorney, to see if they like it, see if they're good at it, and see if it's the thing for them. Just to give everybody a fair shot. And it's still like really early before the real case, so we still have so much time to improve people that need to improve, help people like understand what they want to do. And
we're really just trying to utilize this downtime in between cases to continue to grow our skills, because we saw so much of an improvement from last year that if we have all this time, we're going to be so much better even next year.
I don't see that 2:30 to 4:30 last Friday in my classroom is downtime. I'm trying to figure out where you're coming from here. I'm just kidding, Nadia. They're going 100 miles an hour still. It's just incredible.
The passion that you all have for, there's not a single one on the team that didn't take it seriously. That didn't put 100% in, even if they weren't there the whole time. Everyone put in 100%.
Yes.
And it showed. You guys are just such an impressive group of kids, and I use the term kid loosely because the maturity that you all have to accomplish what you've accomplished is astounding, and you really I'm so proud of you. I truly am.
Thank you.
And I
Thank you
know that
so
when you
much.
guys made it to states at the circuit court, I know I put on my mom. I went home. I changed out of my suit because I was no longer judging in the afternoon. I put on my mom clothes, and I know I came flying over there, and I'm like, is it okay if I hug you guys? I was so proud of you. Like it truly was such a proud moment that you all you had so much to be proud of, and the fact that you're continuing on, and next year you're ready to go for next year.
Yeah.
You're gonna crush it. I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you so
To end
much.
up, any like, what would you say to somebody who might be listening, any grade, who might want to do mock trial? Because we do have to fill a couple slots. What would you tell them?
Come on out. I mean, we're open to having anybody. I mean, you don't really have to be particularly good, because again, there's so much time to develop. I wouldn't say at the beginning of this year any of us were particularly good. So if you just even are interested, then that's good enough for us.
And even if you aren't going into the law and public safety pathway and you don't want to be a lawyer, mock trial gives you real life skills. You're able to communicate with people, you're
Yeah.
able to stand up for yourself, and you're able to do things like so officially, which you can continue on with anything. It does just because you're in mock trial, it doesn't mean you have to grow up and be a lawyer.
Yeah.
It gives you so many life skills that you're able to bring on to if you're going to college or any career that you want. So regardless if you don't want to be a lawyer, you should still try mock trial. And we have a great group of kids where even with us, like we're not just teammates, we're also friends and we're also connected. So even with that, it's a really great club to be a part of.
Yeah. And one more thing, we keep on talking about attorneys because that's what we are, but there's
Yes.
like, I mean, there's going to be a cop in pretty much every case. So,
Police officer.
yeah, police officer. So, if you want to go into being a police officer, then
Yeah.
most police officers have to go to trial at some
testify.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And
I think Sarge did that. I told Julian that I will always call him Sarge. So, sorry, Julian. That's what
I'm still doing that.
But he was able to sit and talk to a deputy, and she was able to go over,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, listen,
Yeah.
this is how you would articulate this. This is how you would say this.
Yes.
What did you, both of you, I want you both to answer this. What did you get from mock trial that helped you?
Honestly, okay, I'll go first. Honestly, for me with mock trial, it really helped my speaking skills and really come more out of my shell. A few years ago, I used to be really antisocial, so even with like mock trial, it gave me like my confidence back of where I'm not really as like scared to talk in front of people anymore. It's more of like okay, this is the courtroom. I know exactly what I'm going to say. I know exactly what my argument is, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to own it, and whatever happens happens. So it really gave me a huge confidence boost.
for me, like I said, I want to be an attorney when I grow up. So it really has helped me understand what being a trial attorney is like, what going to court is like, what trial prep is like, how like deep you have to get into it, how much prep you have to do to like actually have a good case. So it really just has completely expanded my knowledge of what being an attorney is like.
There's one more person I want to thank too. I want to make sure that we thank Eva Dawson, our CT coordinator,
Yeah.
because she walked me through the process of getting that courtroom furniture. We actually had that designed by a company to the specs of our room, walking through the whole process, letting me know it was okay to spend a couple dollars on it, and also purchasing the memberships for CTE and everything that goes along with that. So
I think Romeo High School has opportunities that are limitless for the kids, but to be able to embrace this type of program is just it's priceless. So you get to have the caliber of student that you're lucky enough to have, as the kids call you. Bussino. That tickles me too.
Bus.
The bus or
Bus.
bus. I
Bus.
called you the bus.
they call me a lot of other things.
Do they?
Don't
Do they?
tell you.
Oh no. I was just complimenting how amazing you are. That's okay. So to have such an incredible program would be kind of useless if it wasn't for such incredible kids.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you two are here representing those very humans is pretty amazing. And I'm really proud of you guys. You should be proud of yourselves. I'm so excited for next year. My courtroom is all yours. Anytime you want it. And it is open to the public, but mostly to you guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Anytime. This is amazing. Is there anything else you guys want to go over?
I think we covered it all.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mitt TV.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
to
you.
Mitt TV.
Thank you.
Thanks.